how did it start? Started out, I was like driving around with this guy, and we went back to his house. We were hooking up, and then for some reason we stopped. Like people were delivering. I was like, "Oh, do you want to get naked and get on the bed?" Because we were on the floor. And he was kind of a mixture of men put together. But then I was like, "Oh, let's get naked and get on the bed." And the next thing you know, there are these people like, "Oh, actually, people are delivering a bed right now." And so then we kind of go into this front room, like we were in this small back room, go into this front room, and then these guys are bringing in this bed, and it's weird. Yeah, all of a sudden it's not sexual, but kind of, and we're in New York, and so they're bringing in this bed, and then all of a sudden the guy turns into Richard, and it becomes sort of this big ordeal, and then I'm like around all these people in the front, and sort of like turns into ICP, almost the International Center for Photography, and there are these people working the front desk, and they're young and hip, and she's saying she's from this one girl saying she's from this crazy place. I'm like, oh, where is that? She's like, in Canada. I'm like, oh, cool. Which, and then they were like, yeah, it's closer to P Town than it is from here or something, which I thought made no sense, but I was like, oh, so you're in like Quebec or the Maritimes? She's like, yeah, the eastern, I don't know, she said some province. I'm like, I know my provinces. But then there was, and she was like more Hispanic than French or Canadian, but she was interesting and cool. And then there was this other girl who was like albino but not, and naked, and had these really firm breasts and blonde, and no one else was naked. And then we were talking and blah blah. Oh, no, I'm from the country, blah blah. Like, no. Because they were thinking I was from the city or something, and then they got all weird because I was from Texas, because everyone has these stereotypes of Texas, and then all of a sudden everyone's gone, and then I'm looking at like the area where I just was the guy on the floor, and now they're kind of turning it into this theatrical stage like area, and it's just all like regular wood floor, and it's big and open, like, and I go and look at it, and then this guy's showing me around, and then it turns into being Seth, Richard's partner, and he's like, oh, has Richard not given you the big tour yet? And I was like, oh, I guess not, but I thought I did, I don't know. And so then he starts giving me the tour, and I start to see more people coming in, bringing beds in, like someone at the front, and then all of a sudden we're in this parking lot, but we're still indoors, and people are around. Oh no, we had to go up these stairs first. We went up these, there were multiple layers, but we went up these stairs, and I'm waiting at the top, and the stairs shifted like in Hogwarts, and everyone thought that I was like the stair conductor, and they were trying to give me their credit cards. I was like, no. At one point I joked, and I was like, yeah, I'll take that, and they were like, no. But I was like, yeah, no, I'm not the stair conductor, I'm just here. And then we were walking around on this like asphalt, but it was inside, but it was a parking lot, and then there was a big divot. I forget what Seth called it. He called it something other than a divot. There's a very particular word, but there was a big sort of rounding, bulging spot on this asphalt. But there was something happening nearby as well. Like, I guess the people were moving stuff in, and I was like, oh, Seth, let me take a picture of you standing on that. And it was this weird digital camera, like super weird. And I was taking it of him, but he was so distorted, and I took like, so it's him like walking and getting onto the bump, the interesting bump, and then I'm like, wow, these digital cameras are so weird. He's like, oh, did you get it? Oh, you could you could like invert it to where, but then sometimes it'll make me small instead of really large. And I was like, these digital cameras are crazy. I just want to take a regular fucking picture. But it was really interesting. Yeah. And then so we kind of get back to the main area, and Richard is in this bed on this like stage that is so high, and it's like got like a glass like orb around it almost, and I'm like, wow, Richard's really getting a crazy bed. Like, what the hell is going on? And Seth was like, oh yeah, he's gonna be Pete the Cat for Halloween, and Halloween was like a day from this day. I was like, oh, Pete the Cat. Oh, okay. And there were all these people up there, and then all of a sudden there were these sort of pink flowers, and I was down below, and people were like, oh, Chris should like bring the scissors up, and for the play, I should be in the audience and bring the scissors up. And then I saw this like pair of scissors someone was holding up randomly. They just appeared because everyone was up above on this like 15-foot wall that became a stage, and I was down below. And there was this pair of black scissors with like gold all around it, and I was like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll be in the play and be interactive and be in the stands and be like, yeah, scissors. But there were no chairs or anything, and I couldn't, from the angle, you couldn't see anything that was going on except for like the flowers hanging over. And then all of a sudden something happens, and this big stand just like falls from the stage, but then it's sort of like flat. It didn't fall far, it just was a really long thing, and it kind of came close to me. And everyone was like, like everyone got really nervous for a second. I was fine, but I think someone up on the stage was in a weird position or something. I don't know. But and also like some of the people moving the bed were just naked, wearing like Timbs or like boots. It was strange. And then then somehow it just faded. I woke up. Was there anything else? It was super like antique-y and lots of like turquoise blue colors and light brown wooden floors. Oh, and then I went back to the front where I was talking to the people from Canada and everything who kind of worked there, and everyone was gone. I was like, oh wow, where'd everyone go? And one of these girls was like, oh, I thought you mentioned, didn't you bring up politics? And everyone left. And I was like, no, bitch. I'm like, just because I'm from Texas doesn't mean I'm into this political bullshit. I was like, I don't fuck around with politics. I don't talk about that shit. Like, don't blame me on that, because that's not what I did. And she was like, okay, sure, whatever. Oh, and when Seth was bringing me back to that main bedroom where the stage was and everything, I saw this one guy who was carrying something, and he had these shoes on. Oh, I used to have those exact same shoes. I said it to Seth, not to him. And then I got closer and I looked at them and I was like, no, never mind. But yeah, so that was the crazy dream. What?